Luke Skywalker. Good morning.
Yeah, that
was weird.
Yeah,
that was overly weird. Just
that was
like
good.
Yeah, good.
That's the way I.
That was actually Darth Vader.
Yeah,
in the room.
That's the way I breathe when I don't have my inhaler.
Yeah.
You're a bit unprepared. I'm just gonna come off the bat and say.
Don't call me straight out.
Will you?
Well, yeah. I'm just a little tinkle of my quack to finish here. A little tinkle.
A tinkle of my quacked sounds like it could be the name of your autobiography.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like a twinkle of my quack?
Twinkle? I thought you said tinkle.
Ah, well, I changed it. Would you like a tinkle of my twinkle?
Dave.
Sean.
Am I alive?
Oh.
I very nearly was not alive. No, I was very nearly dead.
How did you die?
I was on my way down this very road to come do the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Coming down your street, and I pulled up on your side of the road, just on the road, half on the curb and half not.
Of course you did. Why else wouldn't you?
And as I was briefly stopped, just turned the engine off. I was doing like a Snapchat about the podcast.
Yeah.
And a car pulled up alongside me, right, just for a split second.
Yeah.
And for some reason I jumped to the conclusion in my head that the person in the car was going to actually shoot me, right, for no reason. Like
that's the weirdest thing you said, yeah.
No, I understand.
What have you done? It's a secret.
I understand how weird it is. Like, I don't have any, like, 90s rapper beef that's going to get me shot. So I literally stopped, spoke to the camera. A car slowed down. I was like, I accepted.
Why did you speak to the camera?
Because I was doing like a Snapchat.
This is my last writing passage. I'm about to die here.
No, I was like having a bit of banter, and then this car slows down beside me, and I accepted my fate. I was like, I'm gonna die now. And I looked around, and it was just like 4 pensioners going to the Salvation Army. They just turned away very slowly.
Did any of them give you any like Glock?
No, there was no. It had just all come from my head.
See, sometimes it's a dangerous place inside your own mind.
Near death experience.
Speaking of which, see if anyone's having some difficulties with their mind. Speak to somebody, chat about it. You know what I mean? Don't get depressed. Don't get the stage where you start envisioning people pulling up alongside
some
you.
Some are going to shoot you.
Yeah, so that's a good start.
While you prepare, I'm going up to Portrush after this for the Irish Open, the golf. I'm doing some filming at that tomorrow. And we tried to organise a gig because it was like, why would we not do a gig if we're up in Portrush? There's going to be tens of thousands of people in town. We should just go up and do some stand-up in a bar. I imagine Frodo and his mates had a tougher job carrying that ring to Mordor than us organising a gig.
You know, we know we're all like.
Anywhere I spoke to was like, well, you know, we could get you on and, you know, blah, blah, this and that. Nowhere was just keen to. Do
you think that's anything to do with, like, the tweets and stuff we've been sending on the podcast? That people are just like.
No, they don't listen. The point is, they don't listen to the podcast. They don't know any of our stand-up. And, you know, I feel like my ego has really gone from 100 to not. It's taken a hit, yeah. Like I'm probably bigger in parts of West Africa.
I was going to say in my mind
than I am in Portrush.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so sly.
They're missing out. Do you know what I mean? And they're probably like would rather have like the golfers on board rather than just the lads telling jokes.
I'm like the Drake. I mean, it's fair to say I'm like the Drake of stand-up
in Hollywood.
No, worldwide.
Oh, okay.
And if Drake just said, "Oh, I want to do a gig in Portrush," they'd be
the Anchor Bar be all over that.
The Anchor Kelly's, he could take his pick.
He wouldn't even do Kelly.
But they'd offer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably.
And we can't even, you know,
get a wee show like
in Barry's.
You should have just done it on the street.
That would be class on Barry's amusements when it was closed.
Yeah, because then everyone would be able to get in a closed park, wouldn't they?
But just if you're in Portrush or whatever, imagine what you could have had. Yeah. Some of the biggest stars in the world.
You
and then us doing some stand-up. So, I mean, because I used to gig in the Playhouse. They have a big venue there. Do you ever gig there?
Oh, a few times.
It was good.
It was decent. And it was actually a good setup for stand-up too.
Yeah. It's a cinema now.
It's shut.
Totally. It's a cinema now.
So we did the gigs. We did stand-up. Next thing you know, it's like, we don't have to take performances here anymore. And it's done.
There used to be a cinema in Newcastle, County Down. And I went to see Flubber there. Want some tea?
Yeah.
I went to see Flubber there. And then a guy I went to tech with is from Newcastle. And I said to him, there's a cinema there. And he goes, not anymore. I shut it down. And I don't mean like he did a performance that was amazing. But he was adjusting the seat. And he put his hand underneath the chair and sliced the top of one of his fingers off through some exposed metal. And he got such a big claim that they couldn't afford to keep the cinema going. So if you're
going to own a cinema, you don't put dangerous razor wire under seats. Do you know what I'm saying?
No. Unless it's a really bad Oprah thing, like check under your chair. There's some dangerous
just
exposed metal.
Yeah, and speaking of weapons,
you got a knife.
We've got a knife here. It's for cutting cake, not for.
I'm surprised you didn't want any cake. I've had a lot of cake.
I don't know. I just feel bloated or something.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah.
So didn't fancy none of that cake, bro.
Do you need a stomach massage? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know if we've got the facility in here to get me on the table and start it. It'd be weird, but yeah, you can definitely give me one after the podcast.
Okay.
It'd be sweet.
Right, look. Last week we did the live podcast. Mm-hmm. You said that you really messed my head today, and you said the last time we did a live podcast, the episode after was the worst one we've ever done.
It was the worst episode ever. Like, there was no atmosphere, there was no banter, it was just like flat.
Yeah.
Shut, as we'd say in South Africa.
What would they say?
Shut.
What is that? Translated.
Shit.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so it's shut.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully this one will
That's
be
a bit like
a bit
I went
better.
Wagamama's on Friday night before the cinnamon done there, and I ordered the duck, and I was gutted when the guy brought some meat. That's stupid, isn't it?
What would you like? Yeah, I'd like your duck.
I said, just give me the biggest duck you've got. And he brought this food out, pancakes. I was like, no, mate. No,
forget about it. This is shit.
I know it's not going to be shut. Enough tweet back this week. I'm ready. If you've just started listening to the podcast, you're the only person in the world that doesn't. Am I tweeting first this week?
No, I'm tweeting first. No, because remember you did last week.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so I'll just get mine out of the way.
So what we do is we make the other person send a tweet. You got to keep it up for the length of the podcast, and we see how many likes and retweets we can get. So, yeah, have you got Twitter open there?
Oh.
So
if you the creepiest thing ever, right down the camera, wink.
Yeah,
creepy guy.
If you could, this tweet's a bit creepy. So if you could write you lot.
Yeah.
At.
Yeah.
X.
Yeah.
/
Yeah.
Toxic Tears. She's like a vlogger from Northern Ireland. Does like goth makeup and stuff.
Is it Toxic Tears /X?
Yeah, is that coming? Can I see it?
Yeah, hold on. It's like a girl that looks like a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at Wayne WEE. So he's like a YouTuber from here as well.
Wayne?
Yep. You got him?
Like a guy holding up a pair of pants or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Stephen Nolan.
Yeah.
Can we do a meetup? To talk shop? ?
Yeah.
At Boojum. As in like the at symbol, Boojum.
You're changing the rules here, Shane.
Why?
Because you're not supposed to tweet more than one person.
No, that's being tagged in the picture.
Okay.
At Boojum. Can you sort? Nosh. That's just another word for food.
Yeah, no.
Can you sort nosh? Yeah. How many characters you got left?
17.
#takeover.
Yeah.
#2017.
There's only one left.
No, it's okay. You just need to put this picture in.
Yeah, okay, good one.
You got the picture.
Yeah.
Can you describe it?
It's me, but I look like I've been covered. Like it's like something out of the flipping olden days or something. 2017 creative, looking looking very much like Pete from Goof Troop. Actually, creepy.
So yeah, you happy enough with that?
Yeah.
Can you read it out again just for you saying?
Right, you lot, the Toxic Tears, wee and Stephen Owen. Can we meet up to talk shop at Bush in Belfast? Can you sort the nosh? Takeover 2017 tweet done. Right, there we are. Let's move on to the next one.
It sounds like you're trying to build your own wee group of YouTubers and creators.
But imagine how much shit it'll be for you whenever the crew meet up. Have a great time and end up taking over.
You become a Silicon Valley billionaire and
what is the worst of all is the fact that the picture that just appears like something out of Crime Watch. Don't open. Just my creepy eyes.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm ready.
Right, okay, I'm going to send you the photo that I want you to send. I'm sure you can guess
the
photo.
I have an idea.
The photo. There we are. Send that through to you. Right, I want you to tweet.
So yeah, it's the usual photo of me.
I want you to tweet.
Hold on, let me just save that.
Yeah, I hate you. That's the worst one yet, I think.
Yours,
really?
Yeah.
So scundery.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hey.
Yeah.
At.
Yeah.
Mick Conlon 11.
Mm-hmm.
You're so fine.
The boxer Mick Conlon.
Yeah.
Who I really like.
Yeah, comma.
Yeah.
You're so fine. You blow my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, at Mick Conlon.
Just remembered that I've got to put the picture in.
Yeah. So, have you finished that?
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
XX.
Right.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
KNOCK.
Knock.
MY.
My.
BALLIX.
What?
BALLIX.
Yeah.
IN.
Knock my balance in.
Yeah. Can you add the photo of that, please?
Hey, at Mick Conlon 11. You're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, at Mick Conlon 11. XX. Hashtag. Knock my bollocks in.
Attach the photo and send, please.
Done. That's on par with the worst you made me do. Oh, that's bad.
So stupid.
I feel really weird about that. I think I follow him, and he doesn't follow me, but
That's okay, we follow each other in this world, bro.
if those people get back to you about like a creative meetup,
I'll do it.
Can you do it?
Yes.
Stephen Nolan
Yeah.
and all the gang.
What if I just imagine the next thing you hear Vinny sacked off the Nolan show and I'm just there? Like, look, Vinny, why you sacked? Nolly will be like, we had a creative meetup.
In Belgium.
You're sacked.
Oh,
The boys got some nosh and you're on your ass. You're gone, bro.
What is Mick Conlon gonna think? Why has that got 4 retweets and 4 likes in seconds?
Oh dear, I don't know, man. I don't know. Should we launch into a quack?
Yeah.
Early doors or not?
Yeah.
You're distracted here.
Right, here we go.
Oh.
You might remember Dane Bowers as being the frontman of Sensual Supergroup Another Level. Dane was a genius who never really got the props he deserved, bro. This is the guy who smashed it on the song Out of Your Mind with VB, Vicky Beckham. Dane went on to become a reality TV star and celeb DJ. But did you know the slightly chunky Essex geezer has been developing a side career for the best part of a decade? Well, yes, he has been doing that. Bowers is the man behind a visionary new product. Despite being laughed out of Dragon's Den where he pitched for £500,000, Dane firmly believes that his creation, the soft head rest brick, will make him a billionaire and win him back his first love, the mucky pop herself, Jordan. He describes the product as being a sleeping aid being placed under the user's head to cushion it. Many have pointed out to the big lad that his product is essentially just a standard pillow which already exists, to which the big nose crooner said, nah, but it's not. Someone should have a word with him, he's really making a mug out of himself. But when was the last time you said, baby, don't you understand? I want to be your nasty man. Recently, or are we going
probably because I sing that song regularly to myself, just wandering the streets.
Oh, you're your own nasty man?
Yeah, yeah, the nasty man lives in my head.
That's something you should be telling a therapist.
Yeah, it's weird. My dad used to threaten me with the nasty man.
Are you sure you don't mean chatty man? Encore himself.
Yeah. I want to be the chatty man. Yeah, that would work too. Oh, I'm embarrassed still. Do you ever get it like whenever you like laugh at something that you cry and it's not enough to be full tears to run down your face? It's just literally
it's like acid,
soft salt. Ugh.
Yeah,
that's in my eyes right now, so I'm feeling kind of bad.
Okay, go ahead with your quote.
Shia LaBeouf is a weird guy.
Yeah. Agreed.
Whether he's wearing a paper bag over his head or chasing homeless men shouting, "Oh, geese your Big Mac lad," he's never far from controversy. But one thing he seemed to have gotten away with is shaving his girlfriend Mia Goth's eyebrows off all the time. Apparently she's supposed to be fit, but here mate, my eyes work lad and she's definitely not. LaBeouf has said that this isn't actually for the crack that he pretends it is, but he actually shaves off her brows so as it reminds him of his old dad, Frank. Either way, look up Mia Goth. Stinking Frank LaBeouf. But here, lad, what do you think's the most unattractive feature on a dude?
I don't know, a big snout probably. Like a real big hooter.
What about like, you know, those when people stretch their ears and all?
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
No.
And the thing is, it's usually like real cute guys who do it as well. And I'm like, mate, if you didn't do that,
but then they have to get them sewed up and all and they're done.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but that's weird because like your ears keep growing. So I imagine it'll just, like when it's sewed up, this bit won't grow, so it'll just be like a big bollocks.
Yeah.
Going down the side like two bollockses.
Yeah.
Unless you get the nose done, it looks weird.
Yeah, so when you have one of those in, does it get bigger or do you just get a bigger one of it each time?
What do you mean? A bigger hole? Like a bigger ring?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think whenever you're like, you know, this is stupid, they have to go and get it sewed up.
Yeah.
Weird, don't do it. That's what I'm saying. It's weird.
It'd be super weird if I showed up next week with 2 car tire sized lobes.
I just didn't mention it. Like, oh, what's this? Nothing, bro. Just.
Have you done something? Yeah, I got my hair cut. Why? What's the problem?
You need your haircut because those wee bits are coming over.
Do you not do? What part of you doesn't think I know that?
I don't know.
And you're going to make me feel really self-conscious between now and the end of the podcast,
okay,
where at the end I can finally get in my car and go and kill myself because you pointed out that I have wee bits that are coming over the top of my ear. I know. That's a problem with having a real sweet trim. I fucking hate you. Do you not think I know? Do you not?
I thought you might have gone. Tuck them behind you.
I do that, but then I sneak back. Do you think I don't know? I look like the Elephant Man, right? I'm a freak. Do you not think I know that? I'm hideous. Look at me. Thing is, right? That's a respectable dude. That's a respectable dude. And this guy's at your door.
Oh Jesus!
I know. I genuinely thought this morning. I thought about cutting them myself in the house. And I texted Michael, my hairdresser, about an hour before. Do you know what I'm going to show you? It seems like in a way I sensed this was going to happen. Look what I'm going to show you when I open WhatsApp. What time was that last message then? Asking if he could cut my hair this week. About half an hour ago.
I love that you're on a level with your hairdresser. You can just text them.
Do you have a hat I can wear? You have a Make America Great Again hat. I'm going to wear it back to front.
But there it is. You can still see the wee bits. You just look like
I seriously don't want to do a podcast with you anymore. I don't want to do a podcast with you anymore.
Sorry.
I know, and I got to film like this tomorrow. Unless there's a barber who stays open until like 2 a.m. and I can get my hair cut on the way to Port Rush.
Tweet Jason Shanky and see if he'll sort you out. See.
Well, I want him to cut my throat and not my hair.
Might cut them off, not kill yourself.
You've really mugged me off there.
I tried to be subtle, but then I forgot.
What are these bits above your ear even called? Because I keep it real tight there, but I can't be on
sideburns. But Maud's grow those bits down to look shit. Like Stafford. The hairdresser. He's like 50 as fuck. And his hair is so shit. But he's just so cool, he gets away with it.
What was the question?
What do you think's the most unattractive feature on a dude?
Weird sideburns.
But
weird sideburns.
You know who those Jewish boys?
You're an asshole.
You know the Jewish boys that grow the locks?
Yeah, the wee twirl bit.
They're called piots.
Piots?
Yeah.
You sound piot AF right now.
You're too piot to drop, bro.
Some like it piot.
Oh, I didn't expect the podcast to go there that quick.
Neither did I. Do you know what I'd really like to talk about and stop talking about my hair?
All the gab of my teeth.
Do you know what actually wasn't going to mention though. Do you know what I'd like to talk about? Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. What's the deal with that?
The babies.
Yeah. He just keeps getting babies. It's like he orders babies and he just seems to... But so he had a surrogate and that's why he has little CR7 Jr.
Yeah.
Cristiano Jr. who's great and does like sit-ups with Ronaldo and stuff and he's like a wee mini Ronaldo.
He'll not grow.
But now Ronaldo's mugged him off.
And just bought these other two.
But he's got two little twins. I don't know if they're boys, are they?
I don't know the gender.
He's got two...
I imagine Ronaldo just to have not genderless kids.
Do you think Ronaldo's...
Like, I don't like that wee hangy bit.
Do you think Ronaldo's genitals are just totally smooth?
He's like an action man.
He's a wee Kendall. He's not an action man.
No, Kendall.
He's more effeminate. He's a Kendall. Yeah.
He's a Kendall, but essentially he's got a flat front.
Yeah. He got into trouble this week, Ronaldo.
For what? Just making random babies just in tubes?
No, he put an Instagram post out with, Jose Semedo. He's like, you better check him into it. Yeah. It's his best mate. And he just put a picture of them up in a hot tub and he wrote something like the perfect combination, white and black chocolate. Which is, if that's your mate and he likes it, then that's probably alright.
I thought he might write something with it saying him lying. He's like, don't worry, I don't have a hard on, but I've got a semi-no. I'm having a breakdown today. Jesus.
Do you know what Semido's first name is? Dad.
What?
Dad. What's his name? What's his full name?
That's Semido.
Do you know what? I've got to go straight up to the filming thing after this, right?
Yeah.
And I have... What's worse is, I have a little bit of a cake on my crotch, and I've got these weird sideburns. You're going to be like, who's this nightmare guy? Alright. Oh. Do you want to check the tweets and see how we get on?
I'm sorry. This is so weird. We've got Danielle who's filming our podcast for us, and she's literally sitting behind the camera watching these two weird guys.
I think maybe Danielle has been sent from like Health and Social Services to evaluate us, and the report is going to say not wise.
Boys, you could for real spend a wee bit of time in Muckmore, I think is what it's going to report back. Like, I know back in the olden days when you were a doctor, like in the 70s and 80s, you could, like if you were signing somebody in, you could write looper.
Yeah.
Can't really do that.
Can't use words like that anymore.
Looper.
Dafty.
Soft in the head.
Nutcase.
There's another one.
Yeah.
You know.
Why don't we have a quick game of what am I thinking of?
Jeez, can't think of anything. Currently, I've laughed too much that I've cried and sweated.
I'd like to use this time as an opportunity to talk about Rocker, which Riggsy from Radio Ulster, DJ at the Limelight, runs charity football every year at Seaview Crusaders Ground. it's not often that your best friend lets you down, but that is what you did to me last week.
Sauce.
You were supposed to do nets. Last time we did nets, people know about it in the podcast. Yeah. We won the freedom of the town of Lurgan.
Yeah.
Because we won a match at Glen Evans ground. This time we're going to do a bigger ground, I think. No, it wouldn't be, would it?
Big CV, of course it is.
We're going to do a bigger ground. Needed you in nets in between the sticks, and you let me down.
You didn't need me though, did you?
Well, we won anyway.
Yes.
And our keeper was absolutely brilliant.
Good, and I'm glad.
And he's now my best friend.
Because I'm not Jill. I'm Dave. Worst banter
of
all time.
Yeah. But it was brilliant, we won.
I'm glad, I'm delighted for you. You don't have to be such a spiteful wee pig when you say it. I'm glad we won.
I've been playing football for 19 years, and it's my first trophy. And it's
we won a trophy when we won Lurgan.
Yeah, but sorry, we didn't get to keep it. It's the first time I've gotten the team to a trophy, and I was so happy.
Happier than any time ever. It's really good.
But what was so important you couldn't make it?
Oh, lots of different things, lots of things, adult lines, breakfast, and other stuff. So.
No, you want to move on?
Yeah, I do want to move on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what you were. Maybe that's a story for another day.
I hope
Matt
Conlon
knocks me out.
Yeah, I do.
That's so weird. I guarantee he'll speak to Carl Frampton about that. See that wee man Shane Todd. What is it that's wrong with him?
Or Pat Barnes.
Yeah.
Him too. He's been in the radio show.
None of those boys are going to come on the radio show anymore.
I know, but sure. At least it's a bit of banter between us and my wee room, like.
Your tweet has got 10 retweets, 14 likes.
Class, this is great. Next week, can you tweet the fact I'm doing a show on the 25th of June? Maybe people might retweet it and go and see it or something. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. Jeez.
There's still tickets left for that?
Oh.
Do you want to do a quick plug of it?
Yeah, I'm doing an hour-long show on the 25th of July in the Black Box. Tickets are a $5. What?
Huh?
£5?
Rip off.
Yeah.
What? You said, yeah.
They're sly, they're cheap.
Yeah.
Like you. Cheap. And they're £5. And you can buy two. And they're £10. So... Yeah, but there'll be more people come to mine, even though it's only a 60-seater.
Yeah.
Big sweet. But, buy tickets. And see when you do, just let me know. Be like, here, I got a ticket, mate.
Why?
Because I worry about it.
But why do people need to let you know?
So I can chill out a bit. I've got something wrong with me, mate.
But yeah, it'll be good.
I know, but it's good. I'm looking forward to it, and it's great.
Okay.
I'm still sick from our laughing earlier.
We got very giddy there. We haven't got giddy like that in a long. We've turned into such professional podcasters that we don't get giddy anymore.
Yeah, but no, it's good. Don't we talk about some stuff?
Can we first do a quick round of what am I thinking of?
Okay, I'll need to think of something here and put it in my head.
Okay, what am I thinking of is basically the game show for the 2010 decade. So obviously last decade you had Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I guess you've got The Chase now, but what am I thinking of sort of trumps all of them. Dave is the host. It's a new concept or whatever. We're looking for a bit of funding to maybe get this put on the television.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
Yeah.
So I'm ready to play. What am I thinking of?
Okay. Right. Okay. Well,
are you just doing some admin there? What are you doing? Tax returns?
I'm thinking of something of what to think of. So can we get that sort of beat that we got last week? Obviously. Oh yeah, Shane, how are you today? I'm thinking of something that I want to try and put in your mind with mental skills. Oh yeah, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of a colour.
Blue.
No, it's teal, but that's pretty close. We move to the next one. Thinking of an animal.
Aardvark.
No, it's a really weird monkey that I don't know the species of, but it's got those little bits of feathers and sexually hair. Yeah, so that was good. It works better with live audience.
Oh no, I like that a lot. I like that.
Weird monkey and teal.
Yeah.
So.
And do you play that out and about, or is it in a studio, or how does it work?
Well, it would be in a studio, and you just get guests on to try and get in.
I think you surprise people with what am I thinking of, and it's you out and about, and like maybe there's a guy in public toilets, he's in the stall, he's just sitting down, and you just slide under. And I'm thinking of a film, you know what I mean?
The natural reaction to someone sliding on the toilet would be to pee on them. Just twinkle and tinkle, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Just tinkle.
Salt Bay the pay overs.
Imagine getting a bit open, that'd be so gross.
What do you think Salt Bay's up to now?
Making
Still
sweet
just
food
doing
very flamboyantly.
Yeah.
Like, do you reckon whenever he turns the lights off and stuff in his room, he's like,
That's how he does
really
it.
flamboyant, yeah.
Could do.
It would get annoying if you just wanted like a hug or something from him. He's been doing all this shit.
Yeah. Or if you're like one of his children, if he has children or whatever, and you're like, you need medication or whatever, and you need to take tablets pretty quickly, he has to chop them up and then from a great height sprinkle them into your open mouth.
And he likes to bump it off his elbows.
That's why he got sacked from the NHS.
Or it'd be awkward if he's changing the cat litter. That would be bad.
What did you want to talk about before we
I wanted to talk
What
to
are you
you
thinking of?
about... There's a few things I want to talk about this week, believe it or not, hey.
Yeah.
First off, I want to talk about a friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
Not Mick
who-
Conlon, anyway.
No, someone's who I think you and him are pretty close. A celebrity, you could say.
Well, I gathered that's what it was going to
Tony
be.
Hadley, the singer of Spandau Ballet, has left the group.
What?
He has left the group today. He said
I won't believe it until I speak to him because he never ran it by me.
he tweeted saying this is shit banter from him, but I will not be performing with them in the future. So he's officially left the band. Now he's not explained why he's doing it. He's saying I'm leaving. It's not the first time they've left. If you remember when they split up in the first place.
Messy fallout, yep.
Messy fallout. Basically, 3 of the lads were like, here, we want writing credits. Essentially more dough, you know.
The camps.
But the camps were like, now we wrote them, so
I
we're keeping
know
them.
this much is true.
They'll hold it
Yeah.
at the end.
Know this much is true.
That's far better.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
that
you.
is far better.
I think we
Um,
remember when I did.
Do you think they fell out over the gold?
No, it was probably like money or
Okay.
like a personal dispute.
Okay,
But I think we all remember when I was doing Warm Up Man for Stephen Nolan's show.
who me and Noli are
You're
going
having
to
a meet up in Boojum, would you?
revolutionise creativity.
And Tony Hadley, who's a legend, was
Yeah.
the nicest guy. Like came up chatting to me, and this was when I was just getting over being ill. So I was really, he probably shouldn't have spoken
Frail?
to me because I was a
Yeah.
little freak, frail boy, a little skeleton
Yeah.
child haunting the corridors.
Yeah.
But he was chatting away to me about stand. I think he's mates with Tim Vine, the comedian. So he was telling me about that.
Nice.
And
Did
then
he have any good one-liners for it? 'Cause Tim Vine loves a one-liner.
no, but Tim Vine. On a side note, the first time I went over to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, we did a show, me and a girl called Becca Bowling.
I was at this.
With a guest.
Actually, yeah, he turned up. and
So a
did his
guest
spot.
comedian came every day, but there was no like big names. Like all our mates ended up doing it and
Yeah.
stuff. And then one day we just managed to get Tim Vine, and he
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah, it was
Because you'd
very
think
good.
some people like that might come and like not fully go for it, because there wasn't much of a crowd. He wasn't getting paid for
He
it,
gave
but he was
stacks.
brilliant,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
that was great. That was
And then there was one day the girl I was doing the show with was like, "I've got Jim Jeffries," and I went, "Actual Jim Jeffries?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Yes, I've got Jim Jeffries," and I said, "Like, can I tweet that? Like, can I start telling people you've
Yeah.
definitely got her?" And she was like, "Definitely got him." She was like, "Yep." I started telling everybody, and word just spread around Edinburgh because all his shows were sold out.
yeah.
And then the night before, I went to confirm, and she was like, "I don't know, I can't find him to ask him." So I had to try and sneak into this party to ask Jim Jeffries. I know I was the one chasing him to be like, "Can you do the show?" In the end, we didn't get him, and we just got this complete run-of-the-mill, nice guy, but just generic comedian. So the place was packed to the rafters. And, you know, I did my set, she did her set, and then she was like, "Please welcome our guest comedian." Just making up the name Chris Smith, but it was like, and everyone's like, "Oh, here he is," nudging each other and stuff, and it's like, "Chris Smith," and this guy came on, and he was like, "Alright, how's it going, guys?"
Yeah.
And people were just fuming.
Not happy.
No.
Why was the bucket that day?
Not good.
No.
Because the day we had Tim Vine, so people at the
Yeah.
free French shows just put in,
He's bigger than he looks.
He's
on
massive.
TV. Tim Vine, I feel
people
like.
put in as much money as they feel
Yeah.
the show's worth, and the Tim Vine day we got over 200 quid, I think. And that day, the Jim Jeffries thing, we just got a rat in the bucket. Just a dead rat.
Got it or?
Was I got it or was the rat got it? Both of us were.
Got sly.
Both
Sly.
of us were.
Oh dear. That was good.
Yeah.
Why
Good talking
I'm
to you.
sort of distracted slightly is I haven't finished one of my quacks. I would do a reader's quack, except I don't want to, so I'm only joking. I do, but I won't.
Well, while you do that, I'll talk about the live show that just happened.
Right, okay, good. And I'll just chirp in when I hear buzzwords.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
So last show was the 30th. It was a live show in Black Box, which is where, I don't know if I said this last week, where I did my first ever gig 10 years ago, this month, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We did talk about that, didn't we? How badly my first gig went. But the podcast was brilliant. It was sold out again. Thanks to everyone who came down. Michael Jardine, friend of the show, brought some brownies for everyone, which unfortunately were just brownies.
Yeah, okay.
And it was brilliant crack. The live ones are just really enjoyable because we're so nervous that we're just on top of our game kind of, and we don't bother talking about any filler type stuff. It's just constant like jokes and punchlines and laughs. My dad was listening back to it and he's like, I don't know where you would pay a $5 and get so many laughs per minute. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And your dad's a stone-faced old bugger, like.
He is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So what I mean. No, but he really enjoyed it.
Do you remember what your dad came up to me in the gym when we sort of started doing the podcast? He came up to us and to me and was like, I've been listening to that podcast, you bastard. He goes,
which is, if my dad calls you, it's an affections thing.
He goes,
he's like, yeah, you wee bastard. I'm like, oh, that's just his way. You failure. And you like, failed me in the Oral Family. I'm like, oh, it's
the Oral Family?
No, the whole family.
Weird. You feel it's in the Oral Family. Was there a weird cult of family members?
I don't know if that's the nickname I want us to have.
The Oral Family. But he came up to me. He goes, "Here, Boytown, you should call it something like fucking Dick Show or something."
Yeah. Which was one of the names we talked about.
Because it's all you talk about is each other's dicks. I was like,
And
at the beginning, we talked about other people's dicks. I
was going to say that's not true because we did talk about a lot of other people's dicks.
Yeah. So, and I think we got some of our earlier listeners seeing the logo, hearing the dick chat, and then just thinking Boytown was something a wee bit.
We've moved it away, but only until we get the number 1 in the UK podcast charts, and then we're just going back to the dick chat.
Yeah, true. We'll be back to Dick Village or whatever it is your dad wants to be called. But what's the podcast to be called? Not your dad in the World
Dick Village sounds like an old cricketer. The legendary English batsman Dick Village. He spoke to Dick Village's grandson.
What's Dick Village's grandson called?
Cock. Would you believe it? He's called Cock.
I was being like, that's shit banter. I was going to say penis.
Penis Village. Okay. Will we do another quack?
Oh, keep talking because I'm still trying to finish one.
Okay, I just was saying thank you to everyone who came down. We're going to do the 40th episode in the same room in Black Box, which is the smaller room there, holds about 60 people. And then for the 50th show, we are in negotiations, which means someone in the venue was like, do you want to do it there? And we said, yeah. So there's no real negotiations. We're in advanced negotiations to do the big room in Black Box, which holds 250 people.
And for the big 50th, we might even have a real special guest.
We're going to have a couple of guests.
Could be Jim Jeffries.
Maybe it's Jim Jeffries. Maybe it's just some English comedian.
Could be Craig or it could be Jim
That would
Jeffries.
be such inside niche banter to get that original comedian. Fly him over and get him to do it.
Imagine what would be great if we were like, look, you pull the name out of the hat. It's either Jim Jeffries or this guy Chris is going to be a guest in the podcast. Pull out Chris, and then at the end of the show, Jim Jeffries just comes out from behind the curtain. He's like,
alright, mate.
You pack of ducks.
I'd love to get Snipper Shanky, but then
what would be great would be while you're doing the podcast, Snipper Shanky just comes in and snips your wee pie outs away.
I'm not going to have those by the time we do the live podcast. I'm getting a knot all over, and then I'm just getting that every day because they're never coming back. They're never coming back.
But that's what they said about Spandau Ballet. They came back and they went away again.
You said I have the Spandau Ballet of haircuts?
You're the Spandau Ballet of sideburns, yeah.
Well, you're the...
oh, here we go. Well, you are the...
no, you're the fifth harmony of haircuts because there's less now of them than there used to be.
Oh, meow. But
because
are they still here?
Yeah, they're still there, but they shouldn't be. What they should do is do the dignified thing and shave themselves off. Just make sure.
Speaking of shave themselves off, that segues me nicely into an awkward conversation I had the weekend.
Okay.
I had the whole...
Can you tell the story just before it goes out of our heads about Charlie the dog?
My dog Charlie, who lives with me and my girlfriend, he is a great wee dog, wee Shih Tzu.
It'd be weird if he was your dog and he didn't live with you.
Top lad, essentially, Charlie. But we had a big barbecue on Sunday. It was It was for Charlie's birthday, to be fair. His 10th birthday. We had everyone round, the whole family. Weird, but hey, you know. So we had him round, and he was having a fun time. He was eating burgers, you know, having a good time, eating sausages, having just a really fun time. And then all of a sudden he started chasing around Catherine's wee nephew, who's, I think he's 7, and like he just didn't know. He's like, oh, Charlie's really excited, and Charlie was legitimately humping his leg, like fully humping his leg, and he was like, ah, get off me, Charlie, and he was fully humping him, and it was only like we thought, it's a bit of banter until Catherine's mum shouted, looked over, stop raping him, stop it. And then the wee kid was like, this is weird. So yeah, I had to go and pull Charlie off his leg. Yeah.
You're like, it'll be fine once I do this, don't worry about it.
Don't worry, this is how we...
So we've gone from talking about human sticks to dog dicks.
So dog dicks are impressive.
But
still back to the story.
Sorry.
Segueing about snipping in hair. My sister was talking to Catherine about like going swimming, right? They were like talking about going to gym and stuff, and Catherine's like, I'd rather just do swimming essentially than go to gym and stuff. And then she was like, it's really awkward because, you know, with the hair and stuff. And they're like, yeah, and they were talking about washing their hair like every day if they get in the chlorine. I chirped in and was like, yeah, because you can get a rash if you shave too often. And they were like, what? I was like, I misread the hair chat. I thought you meant that you to shave your bikini line. And then my sister was like, why are you talking to me about that? It's so weird. And I was like, yeah, it is, because I'm talking about my sister's pubes. And it was awkward. So I just went back and drank 4 bottles of wine and killed myself. Went into the kitchen,
faked your own death,
crushed up, we're doing 2 packets of Imodium, sulfate them into my mouth, necked the bottle of wine.
Dave faked his own death. We're doing this, only the listeners know he's still alive. We're doing this podcast in Pyongyang in North Korea.
Oh shit.
I know.
Yeah, and why have we gone to Pyongyang?
For the crack.
Because North Korea have been up to no good again. They launched a new missile.
Kim Jong-un is a bad wee rip.
You know what he's actually known as in some parts? Kim Jong-un, the fucking balloon. he's a total wingman.
He is a lunatic.
He is. But here, you know, to be fair to him, he's got a pretty impressive missile, and he launched one in the Japanese water. But yeah, they've launched a new missile, and basically we're like, yeah, this missile is up to scratch. It can go anywhere in the world. And then like other scientists were like, nah, get this shit. It was like, if it can go anywhere in the world, why have you gone to see Japan, you fucking idiot?
Do you know, there's apparently a thing with like he has so many troops, and they were on
the squad.
They were on parade.
They're all on Love Island at the minute. Get back. Oh, the troops are trying to hook up with Camilla on Love Island currently.
They were on parade with all these like brand new guns, the North Korean army, and then people pointed out, like arms experts were like, yeah, they're not real guns, they're artificial, just to give the impression of guns.
Yeah.
And I just like the idea that his troops run about and be like, nah, these are real. Just making noises out of their mouth.
But at the end of the day,
intimidate me.
But people are like, if you have a gun and you're a full army man, like you should be afraid because they could kill you with a bullet.
That's not the term, full army man.
It is full army man. But I mean, like North Korea, can you take them like all that seriously? You know what I mean? Kim Jong-il, the illest, his older dad, he once said he played golf for the first time. That's right. Alright, Kim, how'd you do? 11 under par. Fucking got hole-in-ones and all, didn't
he? Got loads of hole-in-ones and
never played again. 100% record.
Yeah,
it's fair play to him.
But that is true because it was on their TV.
Yeah.
So, time for another quack.
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Nowhere in the nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty does it say that Humpty Dumpty was an egg.
True. Actually.
What the fuck? That poor man. But what's the worst fall you've had?
The worst fall? I had a fall, remember, were you there? When I fell in Edinburgh at the Fringe. I came bounding, like I bound when I pick up head of steam. I'm like a juggernaut, it's hard to stop me. And I walked in this floor with all the other crew, and I was like a wooden floor and I had my socks on, and whatever way I went, I slipped. But like, as I was in the air falling down, I could see both my feet above me going, this is going to be sore. It was hilarious. And then, you know, when you laugh so hard at something, accidentally did a poof, and then that just made me cry even more. So yeah, it was the worst fall. It's pretty embarrassing, but
see, when I was like 3 or 4, I was at Dublin Zoo. My mum and dad had taken me on a little trip, and I was looking in at the panthers, not the American football team. And,
or Bafatimi Gomez is in his family.
Niche.
Yeah.
And I had climbed up on some railings and I just fell off and
into the Panthers?
smacked my head. No, just fell back on some concrete.
Right. What age were you?
3 or 4. Real
Is that
bad.
why you have a bump in the back of your head, do you think?
Yep.
See, I fell and hit the back of my head, and I do too have a bump in the back of my head, but I have such a big fat neck, you can't really see it that well,
Yeah.
but it had happened from me falling as well. So
Maybe that explains a lot that when we were younger we had big trauma to the head.
Could be the case, yeah. Could be.
Maybe. Do you think we actually don't do a podcast? We just convinced ourselves that
Yeah.
people listen to this and it goes out.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Danielle's
That mic's
a
not
social
plugged
worker.
in.
She's like
Danielle's not even there.
CPN. No, it's like Shutter Island.
I'm doing this in a wee locked room.
Yeah. Except it's South African Shutter Island.
And you're just the like ordinary. You know, you're the guy who comes round orderly.
Yeah.
Not the ordinary.
You're just the ordinary dude that hangs around.
You just come round and brush things. I'm just I'm on my tea break.
Yeah. I'm Senior Brush.
I'm just having a wagon wheel. Senior
You
Brush.
said Senior Brush. You're just Senior Brush. Maybe in your head I'm just literally a big brush in the corner. Senior Brush.
Senior Brush himself. That sounds like, you know, when you're on holiday in Spain and it's a Spanish radio station that plays songs, you know, but in between it's like, Conde donde se. You said Alicante as a Senior Brush, zero todo. And the ad would be a brush with human eyes on and he had a
the Japanese Senior Brush.
oh no, it's Senior Brush.
Adiós, señor. Hola. Hola, señores.
Hola, señorita. No, Senior Brush.
Hola, chico. Oh no, Senior Brush.
Senior Brush is my wife.
I don't know to carry. I don't know why I'm doing this. It makes it alright to be fully racist and cover my. Oh, this has been a giddy podcast to say the least.
How we laughed. Right, we've got 10 minutes left or so.
Okay, another
Go
quack
ahead with
for
your
you.
quacked.
Oh. Snow Patrol have been quiet for a while.
Yeah.
You're probably aware of this though because you're fucking mad for them and all. But where have they been?
Presumably, I don't know, maybe working on a new album? Or?
No, fuck off, lad. Take back this. What you might know about Snow Patrol, Gary has left the band because he thought it would be good banter to go and join ISIS for a wee while.
Oasis?
ISIS. It turns out he got so into joining ISIS that he wrote Take Back the City about Mosul and was trying to encourage the ISIS troops to take the city back into their own leadership. Lightbody first performed the song to rouse rebel fighters at the Great Mosque of Al-Suri in Syria. It's been said that if you listen real close to Called Out in the Dark, Lightbody can be heard saying, I was called out in the dark, Allahu Akbar. However, Lightbody's music went down as well with the ISIS lads as it does with anyone under the age of 28, and he took the snub very badly and decided to leave ISIS and give up his dream of a caliphate in exchange for a few pints down Bangor Marina. It's alright, Gary, we forgive you, lad. But what have you done ever in your life that you're most sorry for?
When
not getting your hair cut before the next podcast.
When I must have been 8, maybe 8 or 9.
Oh, man.
And do you remember, I don't know if cars still do, but you know cigarette lighters in a car, you push a button in and it gives you the warm metal bit when you pull it out. I wanted to do an experiment to see whether that would actually be burny to human skin, but I wasn't going to do it to myself. But my wee cousin was sitting in the back of the car and my dad had run into the house to get some, so I pushed it in. Clink, it was really warm. It was like metal with the red singe of it. And I just pushed it down on his leg and he screamed aggressive. You know, he really was hurt.
It would be very sore.
Yeah.
It's assault, that, nearly.
Yeah, and he was crying and I did that thing of being like trying to make up for it. I was like, no, I'll do it to myself, sure. And then I just did it to myself and my dad came back and he was like, what's happened? And I was like, I burned him in the leg and then burnt myself. My dad goes, why'd you burn yourself? Cry? Oh, we were both crying, yeah.
He like caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror and saw these sideburns and he just wanted to hurt himself.
What's weird is then my dad did it to his leg.
Oh, that was. It turns out that the middle bit of that quack that I thought had finished hadn't finished. So.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, deal with it.
Oh, right, I thought you meant it still
no,
wasn't.
Because I was like,
great.
Where have they been? And then just Take Back a City was written about Mosul. Nah.
Yeah.
So saws about that, people.
No, that's fine. We talked about merchandise recently. We are gonna. That's being sorted at the minute. So, yeah, we'll have links to that. Dave really wants to do
a Snipper Shanky t-shirt.
A Snipper Shanky t-shirt, but I've told him there is not the demand in the world for a Snipper Shanky t-shirt.
I think people.
So you need to tweet Dave.
I think no. You need to tweet the podcast.
Yeah,
tag Shane. Let Shane know that you want a Snipper Shanky.
If we get 20 people saying they want a Snipper Shanky t-shirt, there'll be a Snipper Shanky t-shirt,
and we'll get it.
20 people. You're not allowed to ask for it unless it's on this
That's
podcast.
Fair enough.
20 people.
But I want the Snipper Shanky. T-shirt.
What about do you want to do some listeners' questions?
Sure.
You got them?
No, you're the question master. I'm just having a wee good.
We'll do listeners' questions.
Is there a reply to your Mick Conlon tweet?
Not from the main man, I don't think. No. I would severely hope not.
But don't know how.
No, there isn't.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll do listeners' questions.
Yeah,
we'll finish
while
with
you
the
do that, I'll finish off this last quack to make sure I make a div of myself.
Did you put the thing out on the podcast Twitter? Yeah,
on the Boy Town podcast. Yeah.
Right.
What are we like for time, Shane?
We've got 10 minutes at the most left
to go.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Chris McCullough. Thoughts on a new revenue stream idea? Boytown dating. Small monthly fee for matches with other listeners. Hashtag ASL. Hashtag dickpic. Hashtag DM me babes. I think us and our listeners are weird enough that we definitely don't need to double the weirdness.
We don't need to meet with more.
Anyone who listens to this needs to date a normal person.
Yeah, or somebody who's got medical training to deal with psychiatric issues.
Exactly. Yeah. So Chris, it just would we have too many lawsuits in our hands.
Yeah.
Dave Shaw, I love this. He says thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously being a fan of the podcast because Ronaldo put up a topless photo of himself and wrote. Bom dia. Good morning. I would have presumed he'd listen, Dave. So
you know what I think we should do? I think we should get that printed off and put it on a poster and stuff in their office. That'd be hilarious.
Bom dia.
Good morning.
All right. Yeah. Dave says also, is it a bit weird that he keeps acquiring kids?
Yeah, we discussed that. Yeah,
it's unconventional weird. Anyway.
But you don't remember the first time he got Cricky Jr. and whenever he was born,
Crick Jr.
Who's the mum? And he was like, don't worry about her. She's dead.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
She's dead now.
Just say she's in a different place because she wasn't dead.
No, well, how do you know? Has anyone seen or heard of her since? No. Anyone know who it is?
He apparently gave her 10 million to not be anywhere.
To kill herself?
No, right, just to go away. Danny Mills says, what's going on here, Shane?
The footballer?
No, and it's a picture of me looking very happy with a lot of white spray. That is when I won the football tournament last Saturday when I captained my team to greatness without Dave in the side. There was a bit of champagne. There's a tweet from this account and I think that's a fake account. Don't just look at it slightly. I don't think that's real.
Yeah, no?
Nah. Julie Hewitt says, do you know if Jardine got another date? So last week on the live podcast, Michael Jardine was schwarpsing. He was putting the moves on. He did get. It's more of a thing than we think.
What's weird is that they're fully going out with each other.
Yeah.
And rather than just go, by the way, we're fully boyfriend girlfriend.
I think he was playing it cool because he knows he's well known on this show. He's seeing where that will get him. You know what I mean? It might take him worldwide or whatever. So
like Pitbull.
Yeah. Sweet. Ryan McPullen, is Marilyn Manson come?
Yeah, he is.
He is. Drew, friend of the show, says, good to see you both at 30 at the live episode. Cheers for coming. If you cooked a meal for the Boytown residents, what would you both choose? On Dick Village? What would be on the menu in Dick Village?
On Dick, as in the cricketer?
No.
Okay. Do you mean like, are we going? Well, I would serve sushi on the body of Dick Village, whether he's alive or not. It could just add to the flavour. But probably if I was cooking for loads of people, I'd just do a big barbecue because the weekend did so well.
You did that, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Paul says, good morning. Sashes are so 1690. So let's say the Orange Order relax a wee bit this year. It's the 12th of July and you're allowed to wear whatever you want for your wee march later. What do you go for? Flip, I go for probably a disguise because you'd alienate a lot of listeners in Northern Ireland if you started dandering down the Gurvaki Road saying hashtag listen to Boytown. I don't know. It'd be funny if they wore just full Celtic gear. Yeah, it would be cross community trying to make an effort, you know. Yeah. Seamus Whelan says, who would win the fight, Colin Geddes or Dave?
Depends what sort of fight it is.
Yeah, it depends on the discipline. It depends how long they've got to train for it. A couple other factors. You wouldn't get big odds on either. The odds would be pretty slim on both. Yeah. But I don't know. Like you're one of the most confident people ever. You back yourself in any situation. So, of course. Don't know. Adam Gillian says, good morning. As Wimbledon is upon us, the Swiss Army knife sex fox Roger Federer is back at it, batting balls and winning laws. Yeah. But what I want to know is, what sports beside ham javelin do you think you'd be the tip top, the cream cheese, the absolute people's champion?
We would be a Roger Federer would be.
We would be. Football.
Fighting. Yeah. Fighting. No, I don't know. I was good at rugby, but I think my wee joints are busted now, so I wouldn't be too hot at that.
Last question, because we're out of time. Mark Costello says, you both have to perform in the Boytown version of X Factor. What is your track of choice? I'd go with, I don't like it. I love it. Uh-oh.
You wouldn't get far with that. Doesn't showcase vocal skills.
Right. Okay.
I would sing Pavarotti because I look like him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Let's finish with our last quack, and that's us out of here. Yeah. Apparently there's these people, Dave, called the Illuminati, and they run the world, basically, and they have all this power, and they're really secretive, too. And there's all these huge people in it, like presidents, billionaires, and former Big Brother winner Brian Belo. But how small is Lil Wayne? Is he actually really small, or is that just like a nickname or whatever?
I think it's a combination of it. His name's actually Dwayne, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, he's dropped the D to go Wayne.
Oh, why?
Yeah, so but yeah, I do think in stature he is.
I don't know why he hasn't called an album Drop the D yet.
Yeah, well, that could be the new one. After he listens to this, dropping those Ds. Yeah, that's good. Question, right?
Real geeky.
I'm kind of like winging the end of this one, but we'll go for it anyway. Kancho is a game or trick often played in Japan.
What's it called?
Kancho. By Senior Brush. No, it's often... Right, sorry. Kancho is a game or trick often played in Japan and other East Asian countries by young school-aged children. It is performed by clasping the hands together so that the index fingers are pointing out in an attempt, and then attempting to insert them into someone's anal region when the victim is not looking. It shouldn't really come as a surprise to find out that Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger is a fan of Kancho. Wenger's parents initially introduced young Arsene to the concept of ramming his fingers up people's holes for banter, and they were such fans of this game they even named their son in honour of this. Arsene literally is taken from the Japanese word Arsenkanch, which translates as meaning to ram your fingers up someone's arse for banter. It was said that Wenger moved to Japan to coach so that he could continue playing this game on a more widespread level where it would be more socially accepted. Wenger had such a great time in Japan and only agreed to leave to join a club with Arsene in the name. Vincent Kompany, Cristiano Ronaldo, Zlatan Ibrahimovic were all players that nearly joined Arsenal, only for some reason they refused to sign a contract. Turns out that when they bent over to sign the contract, Wenger shouted "Cancho" and rammed his fingers up their butts. We joke about it, but things have gone too far at Arsenal. I recently spoke with Arsenal youth player Gideon Zalalem, who said that Wenger's Cancho habit's so bad at the training ground, they've actually renamed it Arsfitch. But Shane, what I want to know is what's the best prank that's ever been played on you?
Well, I was over for tries at Arsenal.
By the way, and, Cancho's a real thing. Google it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The best prank ever been played on me?
Yeah.
I think my dad posing as my dad for so long, and then recently turning around and being like, got you. I'm just some bloke. That was a good one. No, flip, I don't know. I enjoy playing pranks, and I enjoy pranks being played on me.
You say a real pranker?
Yeah. One time you pretended that you sent someone a message. So there was a private conversation in our group of friends. Mm-hmm. You pretended that you had got so annoyed that you had then went and just messaged someone.
Yeah.
That was the best. Only you'll know what I'm talking about, which is a real dicky
good.
thing to do in the
But
podcast.
it was
But
good. It was good.
That was the best.
It was good.
Let's plug the social media. Twitter. No. Okay, we'll shake hands. Twitter at Boytown Podcast. Is that what it is?
Let me just see.
Boytown Podcast.
What's yours?
At Shane Todd.
Right, okay.
Because my name is Shane Todd.
Mine's at the Dave Elliott.
Also, some guys asked me to guest on his podcast. I think he's from Northern Ireland, but he's living over in London, and he wants to do like an interview sort of thing. I'm going to do that, and if there's any other like podcasts locally or whatever that want to have myself on, have us on, have you on, then we're up for that and we'll do it. So give us a shout.
At Boytown Podcast is ours. Yeah. So
I'm at Shane Todd. You're at the Dave Elliott.
And I'm at the Black Box on 25th of June.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Love that. That's a long Twitter handle.
Cheers.
We've started putting the full-length videos of the podcast again on YouTube. They're going down well. People enjoying the fact that they're back.
Yeah.
So you just search Boytown Podcast
on
YouTube, and there you go. And I've taken wee small clips from it and put them directly on the Facebook, which is Boytown Podcast as well. Threaten people to rate and review the podcast.
Yeah, rate and review the podcast. Again, last week in the live one, we had a couple of extra people reviewing it, which has been great. But I mean, we need everyone to listen. Just go on iTunes and review it. Helps us get up the charts and helps us do more of the podcast and put more content out. So yeah, go and do that.
I'm in London on the 5th of August. Yeah, I think the 5th of August doing a show, and I've got some other shows that are just details are being finalised on. So
yeah, we'll
plug
chat about that.
Ulster Hall, 2nd and 4th of November,
2017.
Correct.
Tickets available
right now
on
Ticketmaster and the Ulster Hall website.
Get on, guys. What are you waiting for?
And my dad's boot. He's just going about doing cash in hand. Cheers for listening. We'll see you next week.
And God bless you.
Bom dia.